Hey, what's going on, Rattlers? So I am here in Plano, Texas, and I've always said that the next time I'm here in Texas, I have got to take a tour of this place. This is the DFW Reptarium. It is one of the coolest reptile shops in the state of Texas, and the owner, David Spicer, is going to give us a tour of this really amazing reptile shop. I'm Dave Kaufman, and these are my reptile adventures.
At Zilla, we are dedicated to the innovation of caging, lighting, and equipment solutions that provide proper husbandry for your pet's long and happy life. To see our entire catalog, visit zillarules.com.
All right, so this is David Spicer. You are the owner and founder of DFW Reptarium. So how did all of this come about?
So, been a reptile fanatic since a small child. Came here from the UK as a child and fell in love with all the local reptiles, turtles, lizards, snakes as a young boy.
How can you not?
Yep, and that's just continued into adulthood. The store was opened based on a need in this area for a quality reptile store.
Sure.
We got tired of waiting for shows to come in town. At that time, there wasn't that many shows.
Right.
So the store was built in early 2014. We opened in April of 2014.
Where is that? 7 years ago?
Yep, 7 years ago.
Wow.
And continue to grow every year. Actually looking to move into a larger space later this year.
Oh, fantastic. So I love the way that you have like this all designed like this. Usually you walk into a reptile shop and it's just available cages with animals in them.
Correct. We've got lots of in-store pets. We call them animal ambassadors like other people do.
Right.
And it gives the customers something familiar to see every time they come in the store.
Sure.
This animal, this Pustulatus, Hydrosaurus pustulatus, has actually been here since it was a young baby.
Oh,
it's
really?
Grown up in the store.
Well, who doesn't love a sailfin lizard? I mean, really.
This was actually animal number 1 bred by John Steele.
Really?
So yeah, I have certified paperwork that he generated.
Wait a minute. So what you're saying is that this is the first reptile that you had in the shop?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a really cool animal. Very cool animal. And he's very good. He interacts with the staff members who actually eat out of our hands, which is very unusual for Pustulatus.
Right.
They're typically very nervous animals.
They really are, but man, he's gorgeous.
Yeah. So we actually devote a lot of space in our store to these store pets.
Nice. All right, so we've got all that to explore,
Yeah, there's a lot to see.
Let's go see it.
There's a lot to see.
So you have this whole display as soon as you walk in with 2 of the most amazing monitors in there.
Yeah, so our thoughts when we built this display originally, we were going to have Cayman. The city of Plano disagreed with us about those thoughts.
Ah, wow.
So we brought crocodile monitors in. They have an ordinance that says you can't have a small Cayman in your store, but you can't have a crocodile
But you can't
monitor.
have, well,
Yeah,
you know.
so kind of interesting. So yeah, these guys have been with us since they were very young. They've grown up here in the store also. So the enclosure was built when the store opened. It was actually built originally with 2 ponds. What you don't see is the hidden pond over here, which is now a heated underground burrow.
Oh, fantastic.
It's full of substrate and leaf litter, and the animals retreat into there when they want to be away from people in the store. So let's walk through the store. To the left, you see our product aisles. We carry pretty much everything that a reptile owner would like to purchase, all the accessories.
Even the pineapple under the sea.
Yeah, even some of the stuff for the kids. We do appeal to children. We're trying to get as many children into this hobby as possible.
Fantastic.
So we love catering to new reptile owners.
Wonderful.
Lots of natural woods. We actually sell so many natural woods that last year we actually bought the company that we purchase all of our natural woods
Really?
from. Yeah, so we now own a company called Pet Country Products, which all of our cork bark, all of our ghost woods, grapevine, manzanita, all that stuff we now do in-house ourselves.
Fantastic.
So,
Wow.
yeah, it works out really well for us. We actually are bringing in containers now from Portugal of cork.
Wow.
So, yeah, it works out very well. So typically all the animals that you see on this side of the store are for sale animals. We have most of our showroom animals are back in the back side of the store. We try and do that because otherwise we have customers walk through the store and says nothing is for sale.
Right.
They come across enclosure after enclosure that the animal's not for sale. So we tried to separate those animals and keep all the for sale animals on one side of the store. We have chameleons over here in screen cages. Frilled lizards, chameleons, all over here on this side of the store. We kind of use the ambient temperatures in the store to our advantage and have the cooler loving animals down lower, and then the warmer animals as we go up the stack.
Sure.
And then we also have our tropical animals on one side of the store and our arid animals on the other side of the store also. All the enclosures are serviced by Miss King, a Miss King system, so that saves us a little bit of time with our watering. And that comes from a main RODI system in the back of the store.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, so it works pretty well.
So I see that you have like this little center area here, and it's cool because it's like right off the ground. It's like at kid level, so kids can come up and see what's in here.
It actually has a large cane toad that lives in there, one of the largest toads you'll see.
Yep, and I see him right in the middle there.
Yep, yeah, and with some pretty amazing feeding responses on large prey items.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's always pretty fun. He's always a hit when we do birthday parties.
Oh, I bet.
We do a lot of educational birthday parties in the store.
So you got a wall of ball pythons here.
Yeah, so the store is kind of separated into snakes in separate areas, and then frogs and invertebrates in separate areas. So a frog fanatic we can direct a frog fanatic, go see the frog wall.
Right.
So this is all frogs over here on this wall. We sell a lot of frogs now. Dart frogs have become very popular in the hobby. With increased knowledge and the increased ability to actually look after them correctly, more knowledge from passionate keepers. We absorb knowledge from other people like sponges.
Right.
We try to learn from our customers learn from us.
Absolutely, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. So they've become very popular pets, and we really enjoy getting new frog customers into the business, and they really embrace the bioactive aspect of frogs. We try to promote living art in our enclosures. That appeals to the ladies in the industry.
Right.
They love something that looks nice and attractive in their home. Gone are the days that a reptile is viewed as an animal in a dirty 10-gallon tank in the corner of a bedroom.
And good riddance to that.
Gone are those days.
Yep.
Good riddance, I hear that. This is typically where we house our young colubrids. Colubrids have become so popular.
Right.
It's actually getting hard for us to keep up. The supply and demand is getting hard to keep up with. So we have lots of colubrids here, and then we move into our invertebrates, slings, tarantulas, and smaller lizards. There's approximately 250 enclosures in the store that house animals that are for sale.
250 enclosures.
250 enclosures in the store that
Wow.
house animals for sale. Yep.
Wow.
All temperature controlled, all monitored, and all cleaned and maintained. So it's a lot of work.
Moving on, there's so much to see in this place. I see you got a big bluey over there.
Yeah, so we do have a few larger enclosures for larger animals. Typically we sell a lot of baby and juvenile animals, but there are some customers that want to start off with a larger animal.
Right.
Space is a premium in the store, so we don't have very many large animals for sale.
Sure.
But we do typically have some. Some of the larger lizards, they're housed temporarily in what we call appropriate enclosures for temporary housing in the summer before they go home. Obviously, that animal would like a larger enclosure than that once he goes home. But for these purposes, they do very well.
And what is your turnaround? I mean, you get an animal in,
An animal like this will stay in the store for probably a week or two.
Week or two, right, right.
And then they'll go home.
Right.
If it's here much longer than that, we'll actually we'll give him a break and house him off the floor in a bigger cage and back. So as we work our way around the store, we're working our way back now into what we call our showroom area. This is where we do our educational birthday parties. There's actually a very large pair of Argus monitors over here.
Oh, nice.
These are two more of our store pets. There's actually a breeding pair in here. There's a female that's about a quarter of her size.
Oh, really? So this is the room where you generally do birthday parties?
Correct.
And
Yeah, we actually divide off this room here typically, and that way the children have this space dedicated to themselves.
Oh, that's fantastic.
There's a bathroom back here in the corner.
Yeah, necessary. Yeah.
And we do some great parties back in here.
You know what? I'm not a kid, and I want to have my birthday party here.
Until recently, we were operating a monthly program called the Young Harpers Club, which was open to 25 children one weekend out of every month.
Wow.
It was 2 hours on a Saturday evening, and we would plan that one event every monthly to have a certain subject matter, and then just teach the children. We do local herps and local fauna. We did all kinds of different things.
Fantastic.
They went really well. We're going to implement those again soon.
For sure. For sure. And look at this. I mean, right down to the bells phase.
Yeah.
I mean,
air bells phase in here.
You just gotta love the bells.
Also have grown up in the store as babies, so are not as timid as most monitors would be, and don't spend most of their time hiding. They're used to the customer flow through the store. In fact, a lot of times they'll do exactly what they're doing now, which is beg at the door for food.
Yeah.
Just fed yesterday. We have to be careful not to overfeed these animals in captivity. They can become quite obese.
Absolutely, they can. Yeah.
And their endearing personalities just lend you want to just feed them all the time and interact with them all the time, but that's typically not a good thing for the animal.
Right. So now, these are just for display for the...
These are the animals that we have, over the years, we've learned that they're very placid, they're very nice, very pleasant-natured animals, so they do very well with all the children.
Sure.
All of these animals have never reacted ever if they're poked in the eye or grabbed or a child yells, so we've selectively put these in the back of the store for educational purposes, including the big Australian frilled lizard, who's also been in the store for 7 years.
Look at that.
He actually came to us as a rescue.
See, that is the sign of a really good reptile shop, that you have, you know, lizards and snakes here that have been here for this long and are thriving and are healthy.
Yep. It's funny, we actually redid this area recently, probably within the past year, and moved the frilled lizard from his cage he had been in for 6 years into this new cage. And we thought one of two things is going to happen. He's either going to be very unhappy about it, or he's going to be very happy about it. He's sulked for about a month. But now he's really come around, and he really likes the new cage.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes animals do get bored with cages. Changing it up every once in a while is a good thing for an animal.
So you got just a beautiful normal ball python over here.
And a lot of these animals back here are animals that were surrendered by customers that really weren't fit for us to resell to somebody.
Sure.
You know, they're kind of like, not I wouldn't say the Isle of Misfits, but cast-offs from people that have. What's happening with the industry is the longevity of these animals are increasing, and people don't realize that they're signing themselves up for a 20-year commitment when they buy a blue-tongue skink.
Right, absolutely, because they're probably buying them from a shop that's, you know,
not
either
really educating them correctly.
or here, buy this before it dies, please, or
even our dart frogs. I mean, a well-maintained, healthy dart frog, 25 years in captivity.
Right.
You know, that's a long-lived animal.
Right.
It is a long-lived animal, which I think is fantastic.
I do
think
too.
It's fantastic that we've learned enough to keep these animals alive.
So back here where there's no lighting,
for now, is an area where we build custom cages for customers to
Gotcha.
order.
Wow, so you even build custom cages here?
Absolutely, yeah. Especially around Christmas time and the holiday time.
Right.
We get stacked up. There's only, we really can't actually supply everybody who wants a custom cage. It takes a lot of time to build a custom cage.
Well, of course.
We do the best that we can.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Here's another one of our living animals. This is an adult red-tailed boa, 15-year-old female called Emma. We keep her as a representation of how large the species can get.
There you go.
They're very popular snakes. We sell a lot of red-tailed boas, typically sold as an 18-inch long baby.
And they don't. People that buy those don't realize that this is actually what they're buying.
You can tell people that snake may attain 10 feet in length as an adult, but until you actually see what that animal looks like at 10 feet long, it's hard to really visualize that. And when she came to us, she was actually about twice that girth, and she was on a diet for about 1.5 years when she came to us. So she's dropped some weight now and is much more comfortable and much more mobile and is much more active.
Sure. So one of the things that I love doing with this channel is going and seeing like the really cool reptile shops out there in the world, and this is one of the coolest. But it doesn't stop here. You're actually expanding.
We are. We're going to actually expand one more time. We've already been through one expansion 3 years ago. The original shop was 1,980 square feet. We're currently 3,500 square feet. We're going to move hopefully into a 5,000 square foot space by the end of the year.
By the end of the year?
By the end of the year. Which
All
will
right.
give us more space for a larger educational area for the children, a larger space for doing custom enclosures for people. It'll actually be an area where people will be able to view through a window where the enclosures are being built and actually see that process, and actually do some in-store breeding in-house.
That's the key.
In the store. It'll
All
give
right,
us that
so
extra space.
there will be a follow-up tour of your brand new space.
Yeah, you can
when
count
you get
on
it. I'm
You
going to
can
be
count
there
on
for it.
Yep, you can count on it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving us this tour. This really is an incredible place.
Thank you. Thank you. We
Absolutely.
appreciate you out here.
So guys, again, one of the things that I really love doing with this channel is exploring really awesome reptile shops like this, and when I found out about this place, I had to get here and film this video, and I'm so glad that I did. So I'm going to put all of the contact information for DFW Reptarium in the description below. If you live anywhere in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, greater Texas area, Oklahoma, wherever, it's really worth a drive to come down here and check this place out. So anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and until the next reptile adventure, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.